What is going on, everybody? How y'all are? It's Cajun Wednesday. You got Cory with us. What's going on, brother?
Same old stuff, brother. Just different day. Just a different day.
Well, I was just setting up for the show. We got Mark here. We got Megan here. Good to see them in the chat. And I saw something on Instagram that I wanted to share. It popped up literally like a minute and a half ago as I was setting up. And I have some words.
You have my attention.
Here we go. So CrossFit Games put this out. Have you seen this? Standards. And it's just a bunch of judges no repping at the CrossFit Games. Now, on the surface, I think this is a great video. The standard is the standard, right?
So I've been told.
But what I want to say is, and this doesn't go straight to CrossFit. This is if you are an event organizer or you are the CrossFit Games, put your judges in the best place to succeed.
Say it again.
Put your judges in the best place to succeed. And that means don't change the standard last minute. Make sure you clearly tell the judge what the standard is so that everybody's on the same page. This means a lot more if we all know what the standard is. If you know what the standard is, then the standard is the standard. If you got to guess at what the standard is, then we got some problems.
Make it clear, make it concise, make it the thing. Like it's not that hard to do, dude. It's really not that hard to do.
If you let it open for interpretation,
that's what's going to happen.
You're going to have one lane doing it one way, another lane doing it another way, and then we got all kinds of hell.
My first ever individual comp, I did intermediate. This was in probably 2019. Actually, over there, not far from Mark on the North Shore over there. It was North Shore Games or one of those. And we had to do bar facing burpees. Okay. We had rubber mats that were placed out on the floor, the place that they had rented. They didn't. Anyway, you're supposed to be facing the bar when you come down, right? Everybody kind of gets on a little bit of an angle because you're trying to go faster. And I got no repped 5 times. I had to do 5 extra burpees because one of my feet came off of the rubber mat that I was on. And if you look down the line to where literally everybody else that was going the same time I was doing the exact same thing that I was doing, and I was the only one who got hit for it. I didn't argue at the time. I just saw it. It was a partner comp. So I could see it happening. And I was like, why are you yelling at me? And nobody else is getting yelled at. I don't. And I don't care if you no rep me, but everybody else should be getting the same treatment.
And this is also important as well. They need to tell the broadcast what the standard is so they can tell the community.
Yeah.
I find it infuriating. You know, when Kat and I were first going to semifinals, and we were both former judges, and what we're seeing on the floor would be a no rep. And then I would grab like a head judge that I knew from my time there and say, what is the standard on that? And they would say X to Y to Z. And I'd go, oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
But because you're not telling anybody or making it public what the standard is, then everybody just guesses what the standard is. Now, there are things that we all know. Squat below parallel. Oh, Kat's in the chat. Nice.
Speaking of Kat, yeah.
Squat below parallel. You know, full extension. All those things. We all know those ones. But there are so many movements that the standard can change, like a burpee over a bar. What are we doing over the bar?
Nobody knows.
Let everybody know.
Nobody knows. That's the whole problem. It's changed. And let's see, 2018. So my first open was 2019. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So yeah, 6 opens, and every time something's changed as far as burpees over the bar is concerned. Oh, now you can do like the kind of hop over the ferry hop type deal. Oh wait, no, don't do that.
Broadcasters should be required to attend the athlete briefing like the athletes and judges. I agree. And make sure that's at a time where the broadcast team can attend. Like at the games, when they do these, like, we're going to do this event and now we're going to have the athletes come in and everybody out of the arena, and we're going to do the next briefing. And that's the only break the broadcast team gets for the day. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, give them a copy of the standards.
So Kat and I used to try to sneak into the athlete briefings.
Yeah.
We would
Why wouldn't you?
Into the top row to get what we could from that. I'll be honest, she tried to do it way more than me. Like, she was all into going into those athlete briefings. After being a judge and being forced to sit through them all those years, and all the questions and all the questions and all the questions, like, I was less inclined to do it. But she forced my hand, and we would go listen to the athlete brief, and then we knew at least what the athletes were told.
Yeah. So whatever ends up on the floor, at least, like you said, at least at that point, well, this is what they were told, as opposed to this is what they were doing, or this is what was allowed, as opposed to what was told, because those two things aren't always the same thing either.
But even with that, how many times we heard, well, we were in the corral and Dave said.
Yeah. That dude, there's on one of the documentaries, they got a picture of Pat and Matt in the corral, and like, it might be Chuck that was talking to him. It's one of the judges, and telling them what they need to do. And Matt's going, yeah, but nobody else has done that since they've been out there. But so we don't really have to. Yeah, but nobody's done it. So like, that's at the games. Like, that's not a semifinal. That's not any of that. That's at the actual games where they're going, but we don't really have to, because nobody else has done it so far. So like, why you even bother to tell us this?
Mark Moss, one time I had a judge no repping women for throwing the wall ball too high. I was like, what on earth are you doing? Well, they weren't hitting the female target. Yeah. Throwing it too high is a disadvantage in itself.
100%.
You don't need to throw a no rep in there for that as well. But I just saw that, and it just, those thoughts came over me, and I was like, you know what?
No, dude,
I like the messaging, but make sure your in-house stuff is good too.
Can't go throwing stones if your house is not in order.
Right.
That's a hard fact.
Yeah. And then if we know the standard, then Hiller knows to attack the athlete or to attack the event organizer. Right?
Whichever one he's fixing to do.
Either attack the stupid rule or attack the athlete for not hitting standard. That way you know.
Hard to call out both. It is a stupid rule, and they're still not admonished. They're still not following the stupid rule.
Right.
They're not adhering to the stupid rule. It is a stupid rule, but it is the rule.
It is. All right. So, did you guys see Laura's post? I have not.
I saw Hiller's response to Laura's post.
I think I've seen Hiller's response as well.
Yeah, but I have absolutely no idea. And look, I don't care. I read Hiller's post and I was like, I am so anti-passive aggressive. Like, if you're gonna say something about somebody, just say it. Call them out. Do whatever you gotta do. But
are we talking Horvat?
Yeah.
She must have pulled it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. So anyway, I saw my man Joseph up here. We are Penn State. It is one hell of a college football schedule this weekend. Both of our teams ranked versus ranked.
What time is y'all game?
7:30. What time's yours?
3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, we got the night game, the whiteout, the
Two
whole bit.
ranked teams, highly ranked teams, I should add, playing at 3:30 in the afternoon, 2:30 Central, so 4:30 your time, whatever. That makes no sense whatsoever. They asked Lane Kiffin about it, and he said if we be playing at LSU, it would be at 6:30. He said if we be playing at Georgia, it would be at 6:30. It'd be at 60. So they do this to us all the time. He said because it's in Mississippi.
Well, I hate big noon kickoff because now Fox gets like the big prime game at noon. I don't want my game at noon. I want the night game. I want to like get all marinated all day, get sauced up, get ready to go. And I'm not, I haven't drank in a long time. So I'm not even talking about that way. I'm just like, I want to get into a lather for the game.
Yeah.
And the big noon kickoff has just ruined that for me.
I also want to be able to do the things that I would normally do on a Saturday and not have to worry about, oh, well, shit, I got to get back home because kickoff's at 3:30 in the afternoon. Like, that is bananas crazy.
So for those of you who don't know and don't follow code, LSU is taking on Ole Miss. And both teams are ranked at 3:30 or 4:30 our time on Saturday. And then at 7:30, Penn State is taking on Oregon. And it was the Big Ten championship game last year, and it was a shootout, one touchdown difference at the end. We were on the losing end of that, hoping not to be this year. So,
well, this year,
and that doesn't even account for Georgia, Alabama.
This year, yeah, no kidding. This year, Whit Weeks, captain of our defense, is dating Lane Kiffin's daughter.
I saw that. So the linebacker of LSU is dating Ole Miss's head coach. So I live here in Columbus. Back in the day, you remember Brady Quinn when he quarterbacked Notre Dame?
Yep.
Everybody know who A.J. Hawk is.
Yeah.
He's on the Pat McAfee show. He was a linebacker for Ohio State. His sister married, A.J. Hawk married Brady Quinn's sister.
Oh. I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Strong move.
Yeah.
Strong move.
They have like 7 million kids. They came to our church one time, and it like took a while for them all to check in the kids.
Jeez.
But AJ Hawk is one large dude.
Oh, I'm sure. Biggest man I've ever seen in person. Well, I say biggest. One of the two biggest men I ever met in person was used to block for Dalton Hilliard, old Joe Nato, or back in when Dalton was still at LSU way back in forever. He took up an entire doorway. They have a staffing service for like construction people, and I was at McDermott in orientation that morning, and the door opened, and he had to put his head down up underneath the door to kind of get in. He didn't even come all the way in the room, and you couldn't see anything behind him. Kind of looked around, and the lady that was giving orientation said, "What's up, Joe? You need something?" Just wanted to make sure my dude was in here. Pointed at what he was looking for. Backed on out the door and closed it, and you never could see light behind it. It's the largest man I've ever met in my entire life.
Mark Moss, I met Thor at Rogue. It was wild. So Thor is wild, and I've met him as well. He's just really tall and big.
Yeah.
But for pure thickness, Brian Shaw is like block out the sun.
Yeah. Brian Shaw looks like he has his own gravity.
Yeah, it is. I saw him sit at a normal sized table at a restaurant, and it looked like an end table.
Supposedly meeting Shaquille O'Neal is like that as well, because he is also like 7'9", 4'4", whatever. Like he's ginormous and 300 pounds.
Yeah. So that's what like Thor's like 6'8", and and he's like 400 pounds. But when you're 6'8", that it gets spread out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Shaw's like 6'2",
right,
and like 450, and so like the width is like much greater. And he had so many pancakes and so many eggs on that table. You would have swore like an entire family was eating, and it was just for him,
bro. Like
Jay Birch. Yeah, I saw Brian at Cork and Barrel and Round Rock after Rogue one evening. Yeah, he is
there's
one.
no chair big enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nope, I can't sit in that one. I'm gonna need you to get me something.
When he sat on the chair, it looked like a footstool.
Yeah, sitting like this, just kind of perched up on it, hoping it doesn't fall over. Oh
yeah, I mean, I used to do security for the Arnold, and I got to meet all those guys. Mark Henry, like those guys are just massive human beings. They make CrossFitters look like tiny weebles.
Well, pretty much everybody I meet makes me feel like that, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. So I wanted to pose a question to you, because right at the end of the show yesterday, someone popped into the comments and they asked me, Mark Moss, they don't need security. So really, I was there for the bodybuilders. And the reason the bodybuilders need the security is they dehydrate themselves to the point where they don't even know where they are.
No, they haven't eaten in 3 days. Like,
and really, it is like, it's just herding them together so they don't wander off lost in the crowd. And if you've never been to the Arnold, it is a massive crowd. Like, getting through that crowd is awful. That's who we really were worried about.
Yeah.
So
herding kittens at that point.
Exactly. Exactly. That is it on the nose. So yesterday at the end of the show, someone jumped in the comments and said, is Lexus Raptis now the new Bethany Flores?
No.
Because of all the injuries, all the stomach issues, and that Bethany had gone through those forever. And both are uber talented.
100%.
But is all of that restricting them from reaching their full potential? And you're saying no.
No, I don't think so at all. I really, really don't. I think people, did Bethany ever reach her full potential? How would we know one way or the other? Right?
She didn't.
When she was good, she was extremely good, right? Top 10, possibly top 5, depending on how
she was great. She got COVID at the games.
Correct. I was about to say the year that looked like it was really lined up for her, she didn't get to compete. So, but like what Mark said, how old is Alexis? I still feel like she's.
Yeah, I think she's mid-20s. I think Jamie's right, about 26.
Okay, she's still got a pretty high window as far as that goes. The illness thing, she's nothing she can do about it. The fact that she is as fit as she is while dealing with that is mind-blowing to me. The injuries, we can clean up. I mean, that's I don't believe people.
Well, I don't think the injuries are as severe for Alexis at this point. Yeah. Like Bethany Shadburn, or what was Shadburn, now Flores, she broke her back in gymnastics before she ever set foot on a CrossFit floor.
Correct.
And the damage that was done back then, she probably was dealing with her entire career. And
I wouldn't even say probably, dude. I from the couple people I've known, which is not a whole lot of them, 2 or 3 that have actually broken their back, it's never the same, ever. So the fact that she got it as good as she did while she was going, while she was still active or whatnot, it's almost magical, right?
I feel like if it weren't for the back injury, she would have podiumed.
Yeah, I could see that.
2 top 10 finishes. Not shabby, like definitely a decent career.
She was always in it. She's always a factor. It's kind of like that team that your team plays, and they're just hanging around the entire game, waiting for their moment to do something.
Yeah.
Right. Never out of it. Nothing but mad respect for Bethany.
Mark, did Matt break his back? He did. But it all depends on where in the spine the break happens.
The severity of it.
Yeah,
what actually broke inside of it, because the spine's made up of several different, back's made up of several different places. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes into it. I think Matt broke his when he was very young as well.
Yeah, because I think Matt was more upper back.
Yeah.
Like closer to the neck, where Bethany was more lower back, which affects everything, because I've been through all of that.
Right. If you had to pick one, you'd probably want upper back as opposed to lower.
And Shanna, who is a doctor, also what part of the vertebrae breaks?
There it is.
Katie Schaefer, I think Alexis and Sarah are a better comparison. I hope not. I hope that Alexis gets over this, figures out everything, and is able to compete and put together some pretty good performances. What Sarah was great off the get-go. Like, she could have won the games 2 years. The Tia, Katrin, Sarah years, the 16, 17.
Yep.
Any of those three could have won. Or it's 15, 16.
15, 16, 17.
And then 17 was Sarah.
15, 16 for sure.
Tia.
Yeah.
But Sarah could, if Sarah doesn't try to do the pegboards like Katrin didn't try, she may have won. So
she was right there. She was literally right there. But I don't think her mindset allowed her to, I don't want to say strategic, because she just literally skipped the pegboards. That bothers me to this day. Like, she got credit for not doing work.
Yeah, and I would not call Sarah a strategist.
No.
Sarah
not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the
how often in sports has someone with a promising future been cut short due to injury?
Good.
So many.
You can't count people on people on people on people on people. That's absolutely it happens more.
Bo Jackson was my favorite athlete when I was a kid. What that man could do in every sport was freaking phenomenal. And the fact we were robbed from what it could have been just was crushing to me.
Someone tried to tackle him, and he pulled his own hip out of socket, pulling the dude along.
Yeah.
What even is that? The dude that he threw out from the warning track when he was playing baseball, and old boy still says he had to have a cutoff. No, he did not. It's on a frozen rope. Straight. Who does that? Find somebody that does that today. They don't. Bro.
Who climbs a wall like Spider-Man to make a catch?
Run, just
run up the wall.
And it looked casual. I mean, it was fast, but it just looked, and then came right on back down.
Yeah. So, and Joseph said, would Bethany have finished where she did in 2019 if they didn't make all the cuts that year? I think that she actually got hurt. I think the back actually went out once they made it to the 10, and then she just kind of rode it out to the end. So probably not a top 10 finish if there's even 20 in the finals. But the fact she made it there against that field when so many big names got cut, you have to respect what she went through, because that was more than just a physical games. That was a mental games. Because one bad performance and all of a sudden you're out at the cut at 40 or 30.
Look at the when they did the sprints, all the people that got cut. Like, that's when Sarah got cut. That's when
Brooke Wells, Brent Fikowski.
Like, a lot of people did that were podium contenders, however you want to call it. But that whole game was wild. front to back.
Yeah. Looking back, like, I didn't hate that style of games. I didn't hate having someone from every country come and the chaos that ensued after that. I hated the cut to 10 so early and that we went out. I think it should have like cut to 20 and then played out to the end.
Absolutely.
But I didn't hate the way that games went.
No. So Ben Smith getting his invitation, so he get Ben 10. And then as my friend and one of my training partners, fellow coaches at the gym, Aaron, said, that first event, watching Ben wade through the mass of humanity, because he was in the first heat, and just show everybody that was there, that was like, hey, cool, I'm glad you made it here. I'm glad you're a national champion or whatever, but this is how this is actually done. Like, that was fun to watch, dude. That was absolutely fun to watch.
Well, I like that they invited Hunter and that he got to go in and compete, and they got to see it because, and then as I mentioned his name, I only hated it because I wanted Hunter around for the entirety.
I mean, that's fair.
He got his shot. All he had to do.
He made it past the first cut. It's the handstand walk that got him.
Which you would think that would not be what would get him, but
yeah, what was it, the kettlebell push press or whatever, double kettlebell push press? I don't remember what it's something else, and then handstand walk. I think that's the one that he got cut on.
Kenneth, he couldn't clean.
Yeah.
Katie Schaefer has some good questions. Would Brooke ever have podiumed if she didn't injure her elbow? I think that year she was actually in the running to podium. It would have probably come down to her and Annie.
I've seen that video.
I can't.
More times than I've ever wanted to. Once was too much. Just seeing it happen. I saw it. So Brandon Luckett, my coach, programmer, he had almost the exact same thing happen. His looked just as bad. It was terrible. Brooks was.
But I think she could have that year. Who knows what would have happened after that? But I think she could have that year.
Yeah.
And then she asks, "Do we like the field of 30 or 40?" I don't mind either. I'm a CrossFit nerd. I can sit through 4 heats. I can sit through 3 heats. My biggest complaint has been that we don't get the right people to the games. Correct. This is supposed to be the world championships. So it should be the best of the best. I want the best 30 or the best 40. I don't care about the number. But give me the people that are the best.
I will say I like how they did it this year with the 30.
I was good with it.
Yeah. But I'm the same way, dude. Like, I like 40. I'm also a geek when it comes to that. I will watch the early heats. Like, the early heats this year would have had people I know in them, right? So like that would have been fun to watch. Hey, I know that guy. Hey, I know that guy. Watch him go. Watch him do what they can. So like, that's a good one from Katie.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what your impressions were of the new season. We talked about it Sunday night.
Yeah.
Do we like the quarterfinals are back?
Yes. I was saying, so that's a two-sided answer for me. I absolutely like that they're back. I don't like that I have to do them. That's another step of online stuff. I'm gonna have to record all of my stuff and make sure it's all good and whatnot. And so, I think top 25% is a wild number to add. I think 15 probably would have been, or back to top 15 would probably been a whole lot better.
I'm going to say an unpopular thing here. If 25% gets more money into the pot for the athletes at the end,
right,
then I'm cool with 25%. Most of those people in the other 10% of your 15 aren't going to be competing for the top anyway. And it's an achievement that they can say, hey, I finished in the top 75th percentile or better in the CrossFit Games season this year. It's just a bragging point for those athletes right there. But who cares if they're doing a money grab? And
no, I don't. That part of it.
To the athletes and the sport and the prize purses are better, then go for it.
Now, I will say this too. I am Caroline's point that she's been making for however many years now, that your score should just carry on the entire time. I am 100% in favor of that. I think that makes way more sense.
Vindicate 25% is to keep community interest. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep people engaged.
People in the gym that they accomplish something. And I will agree with you on the Carolyn thing. Combine the scores from the open and the quarterfinals, and I truly feel in the age groups, you don't need to do semis. If you have 7 balanced scores through the open and quarterfinals,
that's a pretty complete test.
You can then go to the games.
That's a pretty complete test, right?
Right. But what happens? They get to the semifinal test, and you're either repeating something, or it becomes very biased because you've already done something.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you had a more balanced test out of 7 scores, it's actually going to get you a better field at the games than the way it's been done over the past few years.
Last year was like that for semifinals for us. Like, we repeated some stuff. We did some, did some stuff that we had already did in the open. Doing more burpees over the dumbbell for some ungodly reason. Like, still ain't figured that part out yet. Didn't care for it. Still did it. Still going to do it. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm still going to, like, the test is there. The test is what the test is. So you're going to find me out there doing it, no matter what it is. I will say this. If you combine, like Carolyn's been saying, you combine the 2 scores together. Now the open means something again. Because now you know that if you do well enough, you're going to add these scores to the next set of them. Because I can walk through the open for 3 weeks and be in the top percentage that I need to be in to make quarterfinals. Like, I don't have to try very hard. I can go do them once.
But if the scores count.
But if the scores count for the next stage, you can bet your ass. I'm going full tilt boogie the entire time. You want to make it matter? That just made it matter. Way more than it did if it does, that's cool. You moved on. Those scores are gone here. Now we're going to worry about these scores. And then we go from quarterfinals to semifinals. Okay, well, those scores don't matter anymore. And now we're going to semifinals.
I love the chat. They're great at segues.
100%.
The French Throwdown is moving to Paris next year. Makes me think it might be a semi for Masters too. One thing I know that you have been texting me about is that you want to do your semifinal in person and not online.
Yeah.
And it was announced that there was going to be some in-person semifinals next year for the age group divisions. First of all, Barbell Spin clipped the show Sunday night and with me in it. And a lot of people don't understand what I was saying. I didn't clip it.
Right. Yeah. Blame Brian.
It was the inside joke that I was saying there was a rumor. That's what he was trying to get at. But we were talking about this very thing. About that. This is about that there are in-person semifinals available now for Masters divisions. So when someone else posts my clip, I didn't clip it.
No.
Don't tell me to spit it out. If you go back to the show, it's all there.
Yeah. Thanks, Brian.
So what I was saying was that there is a rumor out there of one of the semifinals for age groups, and it's not an existing semifinal. It's a new semifinal specializing in age groups.
That'd be dope.
So
that'd be dope. Here's the thing. So this is why, in my opinion, that would be fantastic, is because the Mayhem Classic, if you try to add Masters to the Mayhem Classic, and I've never been to Mayhem, but just seeing that you can't do that Mayhem. It's going to have to be somewhere else.
You just can't.
Right? You just can't. Not to have more than, would you going to have 5 people there per division? That still adds a ton of people.
Understand. I wonder if we heard the same rumor. Probably. I'm guessing probably, since you're tight in that community as well.
Mr. Stan, the judge's judge.
And it'll probably just verify that the rumor's true.
Yeah. So if you have, because the 2 major Masters competitions are in October and December between MFC and Legends. So like either you're moving those or something else brand new is going to have to pop up, which us as Masters absolutely are for. Another opportunity for us to compete in person. Please, let's do that. Let's absolutely do that.
I know Jamie's in the chat elevating her hip right now. I know that woman would rather compete in person every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yes, she would.
One, just the setup of the damn camera, and we know that you are terrible at that.
I'm not. It's not my.
You're not a good rule follower online.
No. And let me say this too. Line us up and let us go, because if I'm going in my gym, I'm going as hard as I think I should. I'm probably going to be a little bit more conservative because, if I mess it up, maybe I got a chance to do it again. I got a chance to do it again. I can wait a couple hours and then just do it again, or wait an hour, whatever the course is. Live it in person, bro. We going.
Well, you see
messed it up, myself included. Well,
she will do. Someone's gonna black out. Like she 100%. Literally does that every event.
At Monster Games, the Sunday morning, I put my earbuds in before our last event. I didn't talk to anybody for 35 minutes, and we've met. Right? That's not like I was ready to. I left everything I had right there on the floor. It's still in Kansas at the Overland Park Convention Center, because I was ready to just let's rock. Like let's see what's what.
Mark Moss, line us up and let us go. Gives the same vibe as grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just us. Ask the elites what they rather do. Aside from Brent Fakowski. No, excuse me. I got that backwards. Brent's better in person. Name one person who would rather do it online at their own gym as opposed to going and competing in person.
I know of people that would, and I'm not naming names because I think that there are people that would rather be on their bar, on their pull-up station, with their barbell, and they're just good at that.
God bless them.
And being able to do it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Right. When it's in person, one shot.
One shot, baby.
One opportunity to grab everything you ever wanted.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, Veronica's 100% correct.
Ron told me she ran by you in the run one and was like, let's go. And you were like, nah.
That was the most miserable experience I've had competing since I've been competing. I will 100%. I checked out. I absolutely checked out on that one, which is why I've been running once a week since I got back.
Amanda Fillers, question. If you see Jason Grubb signed up for one of the in-person comps and they give just the winner a spot, how many in his division are signing up to come?
I am. I've competed against him before. I'll go again. I'm not scared of him. He's just a dude. He is incredibly fit. No question about it, but I am 100% lined up again next to him.
And we don't know what the number is, right?
What's that?
We don't know what the numbers are. So like 35 to 44, there's 30 spots. So you have more numbers to play with. 100%. As you go up and those numbers get smaller, like 40, 45 to 54, you have 20 spots. Now you have less to give out, probably.
Yeah.
And when you go even higher to the 15 and the 10, man, may not even give a spot to like that 70 plus may have to be online. It's only 10 people.
Yeah. But that pool is a lot smaller to pull from as well. Yeah.
If this weekend taught us anything, it's that anyone is beatable. Yeah. No, if you had on your bingo card last place finish for Tia Claire Toomey,
nobody did that. Nobody saw it coming. But that's my thing, dude. Like, that's why I'm a big fan of line us up and let's see what happens. Who's got a better plan? Who's fitter? Who's ready to, who's more mentally locked in at that point? You don't know what's going to happen. And you cannot be scared as a competitor to step on the floor against whoever. Because if you are, you ain't no business being out there.
No. At this elite level, if you don't have the belief in yourself that you can beat anybody on any given day, you're probably not going to be successful.
No. You need to go find something else to do.
So, that was a good chat.
Yeah, man.
Chris Beesterfield in the house just got about 60% of the way through your Brian Friend interview. One thing I got to say about Chris, dude has the voice of an angel.
Oh yeah, he sounds nice.
If I'm going to listen to the radio or a podcast like that dude, silky, smooth. Like I want him to do my like 10 to 2 a.m. overnight with some smooth jazz and tell me everything's going to be okay.
You think Chris should host Coast to Coast AM instead of old boy that does it when they talk about all that aliens and abductions and
I don't know about that.
That dude's got a smooth voice. I can't remember his name to save my life, but that dude's got a real smooth voice. When I was working overnight in the crane, I used to listen to it every night. It was fantastic.
Do not underestimate the abilities of 55 plus. Just need fair and balanced tests. Let's go. Oh my God, my wife says the same thing. Hey, when you got it, you got it.
That's all it is to it.
Yeah, I don't have that silky smooth voice.
No. I got the same problem.
But I've been fighting this.
You sound congested.
Dude, like it's just last night all of a sudden, like my sinus just totally filled up again. Went through all this stupid stuff and I just need a break. I need a break from it all. Let me breathe.
Please.
I had a whole lot on the we don't have time for all that. But anyway, it was just announced before I came on the air. Caleb Williams, Offensive Player of the Week.
I mean, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Now can we win 2 in a row for the first time in like a year?
Could be worse. Again, could be a Saints fan.
Mark Moss, I'm having no surgery next week. Should be a blast. Had 2, buddy. Had 2. It is not fun. Not fun at all.
Yeah, good on Caleb, dude. He played well. Are you
getting the balloon up the nose, or are you getting like the go in and scrape it out? Or are you having your thing reset? The
septum. Mark, if you need to have your septum reset, just holler at me. Far from the house, I can fix that. Ain't a big deal.
Scrape, I think. I don't know. Yes, the scrape is rough, dude. Just gonna tell you.
It sounds terrible. Like not an option I would pick. Oh yeah, just go in there and scrape it all out.
Yeah, I had it done. Get used to having cotton up your nose for like a week. And then tape over the thing. I broke out. I was allergic to the glue on the tape. My face broke out.
Of course you were.
They pulled all the stuff out. Forgot to get a sponge. It was a horrible.
My mom had the balloon twice.
Yeah, I had the balloon once, and then I did the scrape.
My mom had the balloon twice, and I tell her every About once a year, I'll get a pretty bad sinus infection, and I will call her and tell her, out of all the things that you gave me, I wish you'd have kept your freaking sinuses to yourself. Because that is miserable.
Mark Phillips, that sounds absolutely miserable. Glad to be blessed with good sinuses or a big nose or whatever.
Same thing.
Leaving the sponge in is horrible. It was horrible. What's crazy is I blew my nose and it came out. That's how I got it out.
Oh.
Yeah, look at it. They're like, first of all, it like rips out and you're like, what the hell was that? And then you look down and you're like, oh my gosh.
That doesn't look good at all. I don't think that was supposed to be in there.
Septoplasty and nasal turbinate.
Neither one of those things sound like something I want. Like, you can go ahead and keep both of those. I don't need a septoplasty, and I definitely don't need any turbo nasal or whatever the hell that says.
Yeah.
Amazing turbinado.
It sounds like something with my nose, and then a Tim Allen thing. Like we're gonna give it more horsepower.
More power, baby. More power. Yes, Mark Phillips.
Sounds like water park rides.
Which one you want? I'm going to get on nasal turbinate right now. The line's not too bad. So,
oh, that's the best,
bro. No, Shanna, that's why I'm not a doctor, because of shit like that right there.
Yeah, hey, Shanna, I blew it out like 10 weeks after surgery. It was horrible. I cannot even imagine.
Again, like Jeff said, I bet you felt better though.
Oh, I did. But I'm like Mark, before the surgery, I could not breathe out of my nose at all.
No, thank you.
Just think there are people addicted to cosmetic surgeries. No thanks. It literally, like, I woke up from the knockout drugs of the surgery and there was like drainage in my throat and my nose is stuffed with cotton, and so I can't breathe. And literally I went into a full panic attack.
Yeah, I would have too.
And they pulled me up and then they sucked out whatever was in there and they gave me a breathing treatment immediately. And then I was okay but man, talk about scary when you can't breathe anywhere.
Waking up and then, oh shit, I'm awake and now I can't breathe. I'd have fought somebody. Ain't no way, dude.
The thought of surgery makes me anxious. Yeah.
Look,
that was really my first one ever in my life. Well, I had back surgery. I take that back. But the back surgery, like that was just, I woke up and I felt better immediately. This was not that.
I've knock on wood, never had surgery. Not once.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Adrian says, my daughter stuck some form of a sponge up her nose for 2 days before we could tell. It took 7 different doctors to get it out, and the stink.
It don't belong up there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Well, Monday, I won't be on the air Monday, just so you guys know. I actually have an ear, nose, and throat appointment to take a second look at everything. We're going back through everything. I've had lung tests. I'm now going back through ENT, going back through everything just to see if we can figure all this stuff out. So, yeah, it's worse than halitosis, man. Lucky for me, like with all this that has happened, I can't smell.
Oh, good.
So I haven't had the sense of smell for 4 years. And it's awful because, like, you see food in the fridge now and you're like, is it good? Is it bad?
What was that been in there?
Let me count the days. And then I'm always like to my wife, hey, can you smell this? And she's like,
dude, so talking about that. We made some homemade pickles over the weekend, and my wife is super nervous about like keeping stuff in there and whatnot. Like she won't. There's been food in the fridge. It doesn't matter if it's meal prep stuff. By Friday, she ain't messing with it. Like chicken, she won't do it. So we made these pickles. She's like, how long are they supposed to be good for? I said, well, the recipe says for up to a month. She made labels with the date on them. I was like, man, I feel pretty important right now. I feel like we're like canning stuff. Like we got Martha Stewart shit going on around the house. This is new. Scatterboo. Oh, dude, Scatterboo.
Chris, I've talked about it on the show before. I did, and it's like a big regret of mine.
Yeah. Did you see Cam Scatterboo, the highlights from the game over the weekend?
Backflip.
Bruh.
That's a big boy doing a backflip in full pads.
Not just that, like he's not running away from anybody. He is just flat. Like one of us is going down. Like he doesn't run away from a defender. He just runs at the defender. You rarely see anything like he's trying to hurt people. It's fun to watch.
When he was in college at Arizona State,
mm-hmm.
He almost single-handedly got them a playoff win. And his head is so big, they have to specially make his helmet. Can you imagine how big a person's head must be that they have to, in all the players that play football, they have to get a special helmet made for him.
And he's a running back. He's not a lineman. You know what I'm saying? Like linemen are generally like these big, ginormous 6'8" nowadays, 330 pounds, whatever. No. He's a running back, fullback, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and need to get you a bigger helmet.
Yeah.
The athleticism is unreal.
Yeah. He's just like the comic book character Juggernaut.
Yeah.
That's what they should call him.
100%. He ain't he is the definition of when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Now we're getting a lot of smack talk between SEC and Big Ten. And we all know Big Ten's the best. So
sure we do.
2 straight championships. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. How many does he had before that? Just remind me. I'm trying to remember.
My records don't go back that far.
I'm telling you, dude, when memes first started becoming a thing, like on the internet way back in like the early 2000s or whatnot, and I had one of Ohio fans holding up like the O, the H, the I, and the O, but the letters were messed up. So it was like a O-I-H-O or whatever. It said Ohio, padding the SEC's bowl record since 2000 and whatever. And I was like, that's fantastic.
Well, I'm always good for a rip on Ohio State meme.
It's one of it. It was funny enough to me that 20 years later, it's still stuck in my head as one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like I can't, like, you're at the game, you're holding up your sign, you know you're going to be on TV, and it's misspelled. Like, you can't ask for better than that.
Yeah, it's like the Snickers commercial. The nice job, but who are the chefs? You had one job.
You had one job.
And you know that has to be based on some reality.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. That's happened before. Hey, Doug, look here. I'm glad your son's over there. He's a phenomenal diver. I've seen the videos. Absolutely. But there's no way I'm not going to rip on Ohio State every chance I get. It's just a thing.
His kid diving, like, there's zero splash when that kid hits it.
I don't.
My sister was a high-end diver in Pennsylvania, and like, that's what your aim is. Your aim is to make zero splash when you go in, and that kid is phenomenal.
It's ridiculous, dude. And it's not just, it's all the shit that goes on before he actually hits the water.
Yeah, you're throwing your body around in all these different contortions and ways, and then enter the water with nothing.
And then hit the water, and it like goes bloop. Like, there's 2 drops that kind of get displaced as he's hitting the water. It's bananas.
Back on Scatterboo. The crazy part is the NFL XL helmet has a circumference of 2 feet.
That's how he was able to do that backflip. The body goes where the head leads. So
Once you throw that head, man, it's like
Yeah,
the back end of a pendulum, man.
no matter what, it's gonna flip him around that quick.
Man, now the Buckeye fans are just diving in
that. Or you just talk shit about Ohio for a second, and everybody just pops in and pops in.
You got to be. A lot of people outside the state don't understand this. You can't just say Ohio. You have to say Ohio State. There is a college here that is Ohio, where my daughter went, and they are bitter rivals. But Ohio State's on a higher tier than Ohio,
right?
And they just played like 2 weeks ago. But Ohio was here first, and Ohio State stole like all the stuff from Ohio. Like the script Ohio was stolen from Ohio, all the stuff. My daughter hates Ohio State because of it all.
I'm glad she's that into it. That's awesome, dude.
Well, and then like 20, 30 years ago, the mascot for Ohio attacked Brutus the Buckeye. And like you can find footage of it online, and he beats the snot out of it. And they showed it on game day 2 weeks ago. Like beats the snot out of Brutus. And then he was banned from coming again. And so when they played 2 weeks ago, they lifted the ban and they let Rufus come back and be at the game and with Ohio State there.
That's fantastic.
And Terry claims allegedly that stuff was stolen from OU.
I'm just telling you right now, Mike the Tiger has never actually stolen anything or beaten anybody, beaten another mascot up.
Yeah, but I would rather be the one that did the beating up than the one who got beat up.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Brutus,
can you imagine?
Was like on the ground.
Can you imagine? What happened to you? I got beat up by a mascot. You got what? Yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Google it, man. It's freaking hilarious.
I will. I will. I am 100% looking that up here in a little bit. That sounds funny. That sounds fantastic.
I should. I'll Google it now.
Oh, yeah. Pull it up. Oh, Andrew in the Buckeye State. Oh, we got what's that? Monday. Yeah, Monday was at my daughter's softball game. She got her first hit. Go Jameson Joe. We got our apparel
I gotta get
list or whatever you want to call it, like for our sizes for Legends. We had regular tees, we had tank tops, and a long sleeve. And that's new. That's Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, that was just for Andrew Sten. Once this ad is done.
Who doesn't know the story, and this is a really interesting story. Brandon Henning was the Ohio mascot, and he's one of those guys that he had just decided he hated Ohio State, and he hated Ohio State's mascot. So what he decided he was going to do was he was going to train for the opportunity just to beat up Bruce the Buckeye. Like that was his whole motion. Like this was a plan that was years in the making.
It's insane because he literally he was watching TV one day, decided he hated him, and decided then to become a mascot just so that he could have this specific moment. That is dedication.
I feel like I quote the other guys too. Underrated movie, but it reminds me a little bit like when they figured out that Mark Wahlberg learned ballet just to troll an ex. Like that's what you're doing here. You are dedicating a portion of your life just to this moment. And what's amazing is he dropped out of Ohio University 10 days before this. So he wasn't even really a student.
He wasn't even supposed to be
there. Was nothing. Like you already decided you were going to drop out. You just made your life dream happen. The only punishment is he had to stand on the sidelines in the mascot uniform for the rest of the day.
So I love the part about because like we were watching.
So there you go.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. And the kid freaking trained for it.
He trained his whole
dropped out 10 days before, so they couldn't do anything to him.
It's a genius plan. Hey, look here, Terry. The line between crazy and genius is often a very thin one.
Yeah. It's a shame he dropped out of school because, like, if he dedicated himself to something, he was successful.
He's probably a business owner at this point. Let's be honest. Again, just like you said, if you are that dedicated enough and driven enough to just go, you know what? I don't like Ohio State. I don't like that mascot. I'm going to learn how to become a mascot. I'm going to get good enough to become Ohio's mascot, and I'm going to come whip that dude's ass the first chance I get.
What a plan.
That's a solid.
I think that's a good place to end. Dedicated by hate. With that, we'll see everybody tomorrow on lunch with the Clydesdale. Bye, guys.